What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back in Insurance Auto Auctions here in Oklahoma City for another walk around. Let's jump into this video today and see what we find. Found it! A Honda Insight. Go ahead and laugh. I've always wanted one, which means it's probably Yeah. See, I'm coming from that direction, and I was walking this way, and I saw it, and I was like, man, a Honda Insight. Can't believe I'm walking up on one. You rarely see these cars anymore. They're kind of history. They're like dinosaurs nowadays in the hybrid community anyway. What year is this one? A 2011? I mean, it's not that old, right? Oh. When you're talking about technology, 2011 is archaic, guys. This is like Stone Ages type stuff. I really wanted to see this car. Unfortunately, with all the damage to it, this is not one that I'm going to be interested in. So let's move along. How about a 2009 Toyota Prius? Hey, you're looking at a Honda Insight hybrid, a Toyota Prius hybrid. These cars have gotten stupid cheap. You want to talk about archaic, guys? Like this is old. This is really old. Think pink. We've got Get Off My Tail and Get Off My Tail. Honestly, it's got some paint defects, and it's not the greatest looking car. Mainly because the Prius of this generation really was never a very great looking car. Tires are pretty well shot, but it's only got 195,000 miles on the odometer. It's a pedal car, which means, well, it means that it's a mixed bag. Guys, pedal is one of those places that buys cars that people don't want. And people don't want cars for, whoo, that smells, somebody smoked in there since 2009 with the windows rolled up. That's a fact. I'm an ex-smoker. All right, so nicotine, the smell doesn't really bother me. In fact, if I stand next to somebody smoking, I kind of like it. However, with that said, I do not like the smell of heavy nicotine odors in cars. I can handle it to some extent, but this one is really bad. I mean, to the extreme bad. Do we have any cigarettes? I might have to pick up smoking again if we can find some cigarettes. No, I'm kidding, guys. I have no interest in smoking. You can see all the cigarette ashes all over the floor. Looks like salt and pepper down there. That's all cigarette ashes all over the dashboard. I mean, it's everywhere. So here's the thing, guys. These things go for stupid cheap because nobody wants them anymore. Everybody's afraid of them, kind of like with Teslas nowadays. You got to remember, hybrids, well, they have all kinds of proprietary components, and any one of them breaks, the car is done. So in this case, you have batteries, of course, that sit in the back here, hybrid batteries. If those go bad, well, that can cost you thousands of dollars. Even if you do it yourself, it could still cost you thousands of dollars. These things have a generator that's kind of built into the transmission. It's the best way I can explain it to you. It's like an alternator, okay? Except think of an alternator, but much bigger. Much bigger. And this is built into the transmission. And if that goes bad, you know, poof, you're not going to be charging anymore. You obviously have an inverter sitting right on top here. This goes bad also, poof, doesn't work anymore. Now, here's the good thing about these cars. Because they are hybrids, all right? Just because it doesn't charge anymore doesn't mean that the car won't drive anymore. You understand? This isn't like an electric vehicle, a BEV, where if any of the components in that system fails, then the car is no longer capable of moving. This one, a lot of things can go wrong with the charging system, the batteries, and you can still drive it. You just won't get anywhere near the kind of fuel economy this car used to get. So it's a little bit safer, but with that said, with the generator inside of the transmission, when those things go bad, poof, man. I mean, these are very, even for as old as they are, these are very complex vehicles, and any number of things can go wrong and kill the car. And that's the big dilemma when you're trying to decide what kind of a vehicle do you want, you know? Maybe you're determined, you're wanting to get out of gasoline vehicles, you want to get into a hybrid, or you want to get into an electric vehicle. You've got real issues with both of them, especially when you're talking about used and out of warranty. When you're talking about something like this, 200,000 miles, anything can go wrong at any time, and it can be the end of the car. And it could be very expensive, more than the car cost to repair it. Same thing with electric vehicles, like Teslas, older Teslas. Any one thing can go wrong on one of those, and it could be the end of the car. So you're getting with a hybrid kind of both worlds here. You're getting the electric world and you're getting the gasoline, and they merge them, sandwich them together. So instead of having less parts like an electric vehicle to brake, you actually have more parts because you have all of the moving components of the engine, and then you have all these moving components of the transmission slash generator slash inverter. Like, you've got all of the electronics and gasoline stuff to worry about now. So in my opinion, while I think hybrids are pretty epic, I actually really like them. Not this particular one so much, but I do like the idea of hybrids. They get excellent fuel economy. They operate on electric and gasoline, which is cool because you don't have to suffer from range anxiety. I think they're kind of a perfect medium, you know, a perfect starting point transitioning into electric vehicles. But, you know, the problem is, like I said, there's just so many parts, and if anything fails, it can be the end of the car. Let's see what it does. It is running. It says it's ready. I didn't even have to put a jump on it. Really? So pedal is one of those places that, oh, there it goes. There it goes. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold. And that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's give it a little, yeah, she's shaking all over the place. If we can get it to stop doing that, let's see if it'll go into gear. No, it won't. Yeah, it will. We've got the red triangle of death, which is never good. It does go into gear. There we go. There we go. Park. Air conditioning is on. I don't know how well. Oh, the e-brake doesn't work. That's okay. That's great. Battery is very low, but it looks like it is charging. Unfortunately, we don't really get any information. This thing's not giving us much of any information. This is an old car, guys. Yeah, 39.4 is the average miles per gallon, and that can't be right. That cannot be right. That tells me that we've got something wrong with charging. We have so many lights. We got maintenance required, TPMS, VSC, ABS, brake, another brake light, and then that window works. I'm gonna get out and see if it's still making that horrible noise. No, it's not. I don't know if you heard it, but this whole car started jumping and shaking around, and it's coming from this side, rattling and jerking and shaking all over the place. That is what I was talking about earlier. That is a very common problem on these Toyota Priuses, not just these old ones either. This is a problem that has followed these cars through time, and it's generally a sign of bad things coming. Thankfully, this one came out of it, but there is something very wrong, and most likely it is that generator inside the transmission. That's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate. Let's turn this back to miles per hour. It's low on gas. It's getting poor fuel economy, which tells you that something is wrong with this. The charging system may not be functioning properly. I'd love to get back into... I'd love to just get back to where we were. Climate control, don't really care about that. Audio settings, display. I'd just like to get back into the power side of things. Energy, here we go. So it is charging the battery, but you'll notice as we've been sitting here, that battery is not charging up. It is very low, extremely low. With the amount of energy being produced by the engine and the generator, it should be pumping this battery up relatively quickly. I've had several of these old Priuses before, and this is a bad sign. So it looks like we're having a problem maybe with the batteries, and also we've got a problem going on inside the transmission. So like I was saying, pedal buys cars that people don't want, and there are multiple reasons why people may not want a car and they don't want to deal with selling it to the public. It's easier to just make a phone call, say, hey, this is what I got, here it is, will you give me anything for it, and sell it and be done, than it is to try to show it to multiple people, explain what's wrong with it, and get low balls and tire kickers, you know. So that's what pedal does. And sometimes you can get great cars from pedal. Sometimes it's just people, it's estate deals, people don't want to deal with selling them, and they're good cars that just get rolled on. Other times they're problematic cars, they get dumped because people don't want to mess with them. So it's a mixed bag. You never know quite what you're going to get, and that's one of the things I like about pedal. For me, it's a fun gamble. However, this particular car, I'm going to put it on my watch list, but I am very skeptical about this one. Now, while the Hyundai Genesis may not be the most entertaining car to you, this one I thought I had to show you because it's a little bizarre. We've got multiple colors all over this thing. It changes colors. What is... Somebody spray painted this bumper, but look at this quarter panel and this door. That's not the camera playing tricks, guys. It's literally two different colors. Anyway, that's not even the car I really wanted to show you. I found this little Nissan Sentra, and I thought, wow, man, it's another pedal car. You know, so who knows what's going to be going on with this one. Doesn't say if it runs and drives or anything. Tires, you know, they'll probably roll you down the road for a little while. I've always loved these little Sentras. GXE, if I remember right, that's a pretty base model version of the car, so you don't get alloy wheels, you get hubcaps, and most of those are already missing. Interior actually looks pretty decent. It is the automatic version. Actually looks pretty, this is pretty decent, guys. You throw some hubcaps on this car and a set of tires and maybe a quick buff on the paint, this might actually come out looking all right. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us if it runs and drives, doesn't tell us what the miles are or anything. These are, generally speaking, good cars, man. Timing chain motors. I love... Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Well, that could be a problem. I love the old Nissan Sentra. I really do. Hey, there we go. Just a, if I remember right, just a little single overhead cam, like a 1.8 liter or something like that. I can't recall for sure. It's been so long since I've looked at one of these. It is a 1998 1.6 liter. I'm sorry, 1.6 liter, not 1.8. Let's put a hood prop up there. We got a 2022 battery. And there you go, just a single overhead cam, timing chain motor. Very basic, practical, relatively easy to work on. Trans fluid is clean. That's impressive. See what the oil looks like. Clean, kind of a golden color. Valve cover gaskets, probably been done because I don't see them leaking on anything. This is in, honestly, pretty good shape, guys. Now, I don't know if the battery is dead on this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and throw a jump on it. Just be proactive about this whole situation, because as soon as I don't, it's going to be dead. So let's give this thing a jump. That battery is probably dead anyway, being from 2022. And let's see if she'll run. I think she will. I got a good feeling about this one, which means the engine is probably trashed in it. It had juice. It did. Sitting at 12.3 volts. It doesn't even need a jump. See, that's the way it goes. If I had not hooked up the jump pack, it would have been dead. But because I hooked it up, she's fired. She's powered up, ready to go. All right, here we go. Yep, the old Nissan ding, ding, ding. Ooh. Uh-oh. That sounds like low compression, doesn't it? Come on. Build compression. There it is. Well, that doesn't sound like a rod either, guys. That sounds like top end of the motor. Yeah, there's something going on the top end. Brakes feel good. Gears, backwards, forwards. Yep. We're gonna shut it off pretty quick, guys. Just running through a few tests. See if we got air conditioning. Important window works. Less important window works. Air conditioning is... Oh, it's going away. That noise is going away. Because the air conditioner came on. That's a pulley, guys. And then there's no power steering. It's not the engine. Yeah, there's no power steering. That's a pulley. Obviously, the AC is not going to work, I don't think. Let's get on. I was going to shut it off. I thought we were having some kind of an internal engine problem. I gotta be careful because that sounds like something's gonna come flying off at you. Ah, bingo, I see it. Crank pulley. It's the balancer on the crank pulley that's doing that. The balancer on the crank pulley has come detached, and that's what's making that noise. Yeah, she does fire right back up though. It sounded like low compression though, guys. Maybe if we turn that back on, it seems to help by putting a drag on that pulley. See, when you turn this on, the compressor kicks in, but the compressor can't spin because the belt is slipping. Come on. Yeah, see, you turn that on and immediately it goes down some. So this is an easy fix. That's an easy fix. We'll go ahead and shut it off. Power steering needs to be looked at for sure, but this is a great little car. Probably scared somebody off. Obviously making that kind of a noise is, it scared me too, for sure. I thought, oh boy, we've got severe engine problems, you know, internal mechanical engine problems. Not the case. We do have some Dex Merc trans fluid, so it leaks, or that could be for power steering. We also have some coolant. It's usually not a good sign when you see all that stuff sitting in the back of a car. Now, why would anybody want to mess with or be interested in, you know, an old Nissan Sentra? I don't know. It's just one of those cars that I really like. Let's see if it's even got power steering fluid at all. No, it's empty. So obviously we've got some kind of a leak in the power steering. The belts are all kinds of torn up down there, and it needs a new, for sure, at least a new pulley for the crank and new belts. And that smoke is from the oil that I spilled on it. However, it starts up and it runs pretty good. Seems like the air conditioning would probably work if that crank pulley wasn't spinning around like that freely. I'll bet the AC would kick on in this. Miles aren't too bad for this car, and the body interior look really good. This is one that's going on the list. This would be a really cheap and easy car to put back on the road, guys, and maybe even try to find some matching hubcaps, you know, the stock good old school Nissan hubcaps. This is a pretty slick looking little ride. All right, let's move on down here. I think I see like a Mercury Mountaineer or Mercury Milan, I think is what this is. Is this a pedal car? Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Interesting. 200,000 miles. Looks good, which means it's probably wrecked on the other side. It's got really good tires. Look like all terrains. Even got a tow hitch with a 4-pin. Took a little damage right here. Something swiped up against it and they totaled it. See what I mean? Not everything out here that's salvaged is like severely wrecked. This is nice. Matching Ironman all-terrain tires. They look really good. Minor damage. Ooh. Oh, wow. Ugh. Whew. That's what it was totaled for. Wow. It's like somebody left the windows down the entire life of this car. You know, look inside the air vents. This is absolutely disgusting. That's what it was totaled for. Let's be real. That's what it was totaled for. Good God. I don't know how people do it. And, you know, my truck is pretty dirty right now. Yeah. I use it for work. Somebody was probably using this for work as well. But, I mean, even though it's dirty, it's nothing like this. I could never let my car get like this. Somebody put new struts on it. They did the right thing and they matched them. So, new struts on the front. You got the Duratec 24-valve V6. You've got a new starter, clearly. A relatively new starter down there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's fairly new. Okay. I'm willing to take a look at it. I mean, cleaning it is not that... really. I'm going to take that as a sign, guys. I was actually interested in it, even though it smells like... well, it smells bad. I was willing to check it out, but I'm gonna take that as a sign and I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna save what's left of my booster pack for something a little more worthwhile. I'm assuming there will be something out here in this yard before it is time to go today. I've been out here for several hours already, and you know, booster pack is gonna start getting a little on the tired side soon, so let's save it for something better. A lot of grasshoppers out here today. I love this Nissan Maxima. Unfortunately, we already looked at it, and timing belt has snapped on it, is my guess. It's either a snapped timing belt or really, really blown head gaskets. We have a Mini Cooper Sports Edition. Nope, let's not do that. Let's just keep looking around, and eventually we're bound to find something else. How about a 2004 Cadillac XLR? Looks like it took a hit in the back. The question is, how bad is it? The tail light seems to be not happy where it is anymore. Oh, these are basically Corvettes, but unfortunately they have North Star engines. I don't understand why they did that. They threw that horrible, notoriously unreliable Corvette engine into a Cadillac, and these Cadillacs, if I remember correctly, actually cost more than your base model Corvette did. So you got less power and, you know, less performance, but you got the privilege of paying extra money for it. Took a pretty gnarly hit under there. It doesn't look like it's buckled anything over here. You're probably going to need a trunk. You might be able to get away with keeping it. Nothing seems buckled over here either, but I mean, you could pull this out. You know, this could be pulled out, but you do have fiberglass damage in this tub down here. There's a little bit of work to be done. Obviously, exhaust is going to need to be fixed up. There's some trouble there. You're going to need a back bumper, but overall, it really doesn't look that bad. Tires are in good shape. Oh, come on. Really? Doesn't tell you the mileage. Tells you that it runs and drives. The hood's not going to be popped, so we won't be able to nope, we're not going to be able to get in this. It's dead. And that's the problem. This window is partially down, but I don't think that's going to help you any. Interior? I mean, it looks good. I'm going to say this is probably a low mileage car. Without being able to get into the hood though, it's going to be a problem. Now, it looks like somebody knocked the Cadillac badge out of it. Maybe they did that trying to get in here. Maybe there's a way of... No, if there is, I can't see it. They knocked that Cadillac badge down. She's tight. Great. Well, I was very interested in this one. It looks like a relatively easy fix. I've never had an XLR, kind of always wanted one, and chances are it's not going to go for a whole lot of money. Anyway, there it is, there it was. Moving on. So I found it, and it is listed as a run and drive, currently at $5,125, and I was right about the mileage. It's got 76,000 miles on the odometer, so not too shabby. It's on the watch list. Honestly, I don't know, guys. Over $5,000. I've got a Corvette at the house that's probably got better performance than this, and I don't have but about 5,000 into it altogether. Now, I just sent this over to Monkey Wrench Mike. If he's not interested in it, maybe I will be. It's a 2001. Sorry, Car Donation Foundation, so it's a charity. 2001 Mercedes-Benz ML320. It's got really nice Yokohama Geolander HT tires. The ML320, it's a base model. You know, it's got the small V6 engine, but overall, not too bad. Paint and body looks pretty good. It's got a lot of dings on this side. Looks like somebody was opening and closing doors for about 10 years, you know, right up against this thing. But the tires match. They look good. Paint and body overall look relatively good. Probably got 100-ish thousand miles would be my guess. Maybe 110, 115, something like that. It looks really good. And these things usually don't hold up all that well. Take a look. Look at the seats. It smells good. It's got power. Sunroof. Headliner is good. This will be the tell right here. How's the door panel? Looks great. Seat bolster. This may actually be under 100,000 miles, guys. This is surprisingly nice. Heck, forget Monkey Wrench Mike. Maybe I'll buy this for myself. Put all this stuff up. Wow, 138, 170 is the mileage. Really? Or somebody really kept this up for it to look so good. Uh-oh. There we go. Check engine light is on. Are you surprised? I'm not. It's a Mercedes. Come on, guys. This is honestly pretty nice. Important window works. Less important window works. Unfortunately, it wants a security code for the stereo. Please push below to close. It's got a tape deck back there too. It's kind of nice. Air conditioning is on. Let's make sure we put it on vent. All the way cold. Recirculate. You got heated seats. It's actually really, really nice. Power steering works. Somebody, all-star Mercedes-Benz service. Somebody was taking care of this, guys. Brakes feel great. It goes into gear. Backwards. Forwards. And backwards again. Air conditioning. Come on, let's see what we got going on here. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's working. That's never a good sign, though, when you think the air conditioning's working. Sometimes it takes a little while, you know what I mean? Rev it up, sounds good. There we go. Yeah, we got air conditioning, for sure. We got nice cold air. You could probably drive this home, guys. The doors weigh a ton. Let's take a look in the back. This screams monkey wrench, my guys. It sure does. Even the tailgate struts work. What do we got in here? This is like where you hide your seats or whatever. You gotta fold down your seats. Lots of room in the back. You gotta close it yourself. This is old school Mercedes, guys. No soft close. Let's pop the hood. Take a look and see what's going on there. This is one I am highly interested in. We'll see what old Monkey Wrench Mike says. I can't remember where there it is. The hood release is under the Mercedes star. It's even still got the engine cover. Look at that. It's cracked, but it's there. It's quiet. It's full of coolant. Battery is March of 2024. Belt looks good. Air compressor is spinning. Full of windshield washer fluid too. Yeah, this is a solid deal here, guys. No joke. You know, it may not be a ton of horsepower, and it may not be the most flashy Mercedes you've ever seen, but at the end of the day, this is honestly really, really nice. So I've been sitting in here running it for a while with the air conditioning full blast. I'm cooling off. It is still hot outside, guys. So humid and nasty out there. So it took a little time to cool down. I've checked it out pretty well. This is in really good shape. 2 key fobs as well. So I sent it over to Monkey Wrench Mike, and he said that he's already got this on his watch list. So we'll see. I told him if he decides he's not interested in it to let me know, because this is one I think I would really like to bring to the channel. It's a very nice example of an old ML320. So we're running out of time. They're going to be closing soon. I'm going to have to get out of here, but I saw this. What is this? Wood rot repair. Interesting. Okay, I saw a rot repair and I was like, what? What rot repair are they talking about? Got an Escalade over here. I think we've seen that one before. Not really all that interested in it. I don't know. I'm also keeping my eyes open for anything that Monkey Wrench Mike might be able to use to tow. I know he's looking for a tow vehicle, so if I see anything that I think fits, oh man, that fits his needs, I'll send it over to him. Look at that Chameleon. That is beautiful. Just a V6 though, I'm assuming. Yeah, 99 Pontiac Firebird. That's a shame. I love these cars, man. I really do. That was a really, really cool paint job. I saw a BMW with I think it has a similar paint job sitting over here somewhere. I just can't remember exactly where it was. Give me a few minutes, guys. We'll come back when I find something interesting to look at. So I was wrong. This was not a Chameleon. I saw it from the distance, guys, way back there, and I thought it was a Chameleon paint job. It's just kind of a matte purple. I still like the color, though. Kind of reminds me of the color of BMW i8. I mean, it's actually not a very bad looking car. ESR wheels, 2024 440i. Dang. They may have dropped that just a tad bit too low there, guys. Carbon fiber spoiler. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's plastic. It's probably plastic. Oh, well, there you have it. And the original color was a really nice dark blue. Honestly, I mean, I like the matte purple color, and it's kind of a pearlescent purple as well. It's really dirty, and it's also not sunny out today, so that's hard to see, but it was actually really nice. This was a nice car. I saw this off in the distance, and I thought we needed to at least come give her a look. Oh, there's the wheel. Okay, they put it in the front seat. That's nice. That's perfect. And the bumper, not a problem. It's in the back seat. So surely we've got all kinds of stuff torn up in this now. Makes me wonder if we should even try to start it. And you can't move it. It's dead as a doornail. We'll go ahead and pop the hood. I want to go back there and take a look at the damage again, see how bad it is. I mean, replacing a bumper is not that big of a deal. This quarter panel, though, that's where it gets to be kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? I doubt that there's any inner structure damage. This looks like it was all just kind of superficial on the outside. Take a look in here. You can see the inner structure. It doesn't really look like anything is tore up in there. Just needs the sheet metal on the outside. Even the window is still in good shape. Everything still lines up pretty well. Obviously, you got some suspension problems here. You've got coilovers, so aftermarkets. A little bit of damage under here too to be aware of. For me though, I don't care about that damage. That doesn't bother me because nobody's ever going to see that. You know what I mean? Get the skin for the quarter panel replaced, replace the suspension that's damaged under here, put it back together, and this is a wrap. So what I would do is I would just unwrap the car, because getting this matched again, good luck. You'd really just need to get the whole car rewrapped, or just take off the wrap and have the car repainted. I think it's a beautiful color blue. I'd probably pull that spoiler too. That it's not my cup of tea. So let's see what's going on under the hood here. Oh yeah, uh-oh. She's been spurting coolant, hasn't she? That's a whole different issue right there, guys. You see that? Oh wow. Look at the camber and caster kits. Oh boy. Yeah. She's definitely been aftermarketed, guys. You've got an MST Performance cold air intake. I mean, turbo looks, everything under here looks pretty stock. Let's take a look. Actually, yeah, I think everything under here is stock. I could be wrong though. It's so hard to see. Maybe it's not. This header right here says Boysen, B-O-Y-S-E-N. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's aftermarket. Maybe we do have some aftermarkets under here, and that does not look like a stock catalytic converter to me. Almost looks like a either a high flow cat or just a downpipe that's been opened up. Interesting. This one though, all this coolant splattered all over under the hood. Honestly, this scares me more than the damage to the quarter panel and the damage to the suspension back there. That scares me a lot more. This thing's obviously been kind of, I don't want to say riced out. It was, in my opinion, I think it's tasteful. I like the look of the wheels and the tires, the suspension mods that they did. The wrap, I actually really like the color. This one, I feel like there may be too much risk for me to be interested in this one, guys. And it's probably going to go for some money anyway, so we're going to call that a wrap on this video. See what I did there? Dad jokes? Yeah, a wrap? Yeah, we're done. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.